Shalom, shalom, wise Lucia speaking. Of course, you all see the title. First one, let me know if I'm loud enough. Yeah, my hairline is yeah, my hairline is done, but that's all right. That's what you have offspring for, so they can carry on your good. So they can carry on your good looks. What you think? Now, I want to say this quick jewel before I start. Sexual energy or sexual lust. You know, when you're sexually aroused, that energy is the source of motivation. Meaning, you have an idea or a goal to do something. Sexual arousement is the source of motivation. Most people waste that energy on that instead of, using it for what it's for. Remember, sexual energy has to do with creation. So, you'll never see a person more motivated than when they're horny. Now, translate that to whatever you want to do. Whatever you want to do. Are you more motivated at accomplishing it than you are at trying to accomplish some, poom poom 99? Think if you're a man or a woman. I don't know how it is for a woman, but for a man, men are very persistent when they want vagina. So persistent, they barely want to take no for answer. So think if you're rolling around on the bed with a woman when you were younger or older, and she starts playing hard to get. You don't just let it go. You're like, come on, you get it? You're persistent. You're motivated to get what you want. And so you get my point? If you can direct that energy into your dreams, like I said, sexual arousement, this is the pinnacles of motivation. And so if that energy can be redirected into the things you want for yourself in life, you get my point? You'll be locked in. Salam, shalom. Now, I'm assuming I'm loud enough. I want to get to this topic. Of course, subscribe to the channel. Click the thumb. Visit the website, upscaleknowledge.org. Now, I'm doing all right. Mr. Scratch. Now, let's get straight to the topic. I'm going to let you go, brother, if you're continue on in your retarded nature. Now, I'm sure everyone's heard of heaven before. And whatever you've heard, I'm sure this is a goal. I'm assuming no one has a goal to go to hell. Let's say you say, I don't believe in heaven or hell. It's nothing to be proud of to not believe in anything. It's not about belief, it's about know. But you get my point? To not know anything means nothing. This is to those of y'all that say you don't believe in this or that, and you get my point? You're just a non-believer in anything that you can be. That's not going to get you anywhere. Nothing to be proud of either. You have to believe or know. Most people don't have know. All they have is belief. So, like I said, I'm assuming most people have heard of heaven, and that's where they want to go. Now, if you go to Matthew chapter 13, verse 31 through 32, it explains exactly where heaven is and what heaven is. And so I'm going to explain this. I'm going to make it as quick as possible. Now, in Matthew 13, chapter 31 through 32, you can get your Bible if you want. It says, the kingdom of heaven is like a mustard seed, which a man took and planted in his field. Though it is the smallest of all seeds, yet when it grows, it is the largest of garden plants and becomes a tree, so that birds come and perch in its branches. Now, I want you all to remember, that's just an analogy of what heaven is. An example. Remember, the example was heaven is like a seed. In that, it's not saying that heaven is a mustard seed, but it's saying heaven is a seed of some sort. Similar to a mustard seed, meaning it's really, really small. It's like I told you all when I first started teaching. God is small. If God was big, then y'all be able to find God and do whatever y'all want with God. In that, you get it? God has to be a small, hidden away thing. And so, that biblical verse where it says heaven is like a mustard seed, it's speaking of the seed of mankind. The seed of mankind is microscopic, meaning you can't see it with the naked eye. But, of course, man is the pinnacles of life on earth. But we start from the smallest seed. Even a mustard seed is bigger than the seed of mankind. Meaning a mustard seed is bigger than a sperm cell. A sperm cell is a seed. And so you get my point? You got to have all of this dumb stuff. Some people is... How do y'all stay dumb so long? Now, like I said, the seed of mankind is even smaller than a mustard seed. But mankind rules the earth. So do you get my point? The biblical verse is basically explaining that heaven has to do with the seed of man. Now, the seed of mankind is a substance called seminal fluid. Of course, you have all the sperm cells inside the fluid, but it's one. And so, that substance, seminal fluid, is light, our consciousness, life, and sky. It's like I told y'all, if you look at the sky and you look at seminal fluid, micro and macro thing, as above, so below thing. It's one and the same. And so, that substance is light in terms of consciousness. Meaning seminal fluid is pure consciousness before it's put into body. Of course, the body is the egg cell. That's on the menses side. But do you get my point? Seminal fluid is pure light. When I say light, I'm speaking consciousness, awareness. If you're lost, let's say you're a man, you bust a nut on the floor, in your hand, whatever. The seminal fluid is conscious. It has no means to express itself to you, meaning it's not inside of a body. So it's just the yogi ghost, the spirit, but it's still conscious. Seminal fluid has a heartbeat. Ah, it doesn't have a body, so it doesn't have a heart, but it has a circadian rhythm, which is the source of a heartbeat, you can say. The circadian rhythm has to do with the blood, and of course the blood has to do with the heart. So in regards to it being life, well, seminal fluid is the source or the start of all life that we see. Whether you're talking male, female, animals, whatever. Seminal fluid is the source of all life. So I explained to you how it's light or consciousness, how it's life, and of course, like I said, it's sky. Sperm cells are not swimming in seminal fluid because seminal fluid is not water. It's a yolky substance, no different than the sky. When rockets try to leave Earth, so you get my point, they get yoked back. It's like seminal fluid. It's the yolk. Now, in most cultures, heaven is described as a place of bliss and pleasure. You can reference nirvana in Hinduism. In Christianity, of course, they explain heaven to be like, a desirable place. In Islam, Muslims believe they're going to get 50 virgins to have sex with when they get to heaven. Now, if you grasp what I just said, when I said heaven is seminal fluid, it's not a joke though. That's why the Bible said it's like a mustard seed. I don't know what they was calling seminal fluid in the past. We call it that now, but what was they calling it when they wrote these texts? They may not have been calling it anything. Meaning they may not have had a specific word for it. In that, all they can do is explain it to you. Now I'm the same thing twice. The motivation, like I explained in the beginning, you have a lot of motivation for dumb stuff. I'm motivated to write the same thing twice, but I'm gonna read it. So you said Jesus died on the cross for our, but that's wrong. It's O-U-R. Let's be mad, smart, and dumb. Jesus died on the cross for our sins and rose 3 days, saving us from hell, but only if we repent from our sins. You can't even write, this is a kid. And believe he died and God rose him from the dead, and turn to him and accept him as our Lord and Savior. If you're young, can you keep in mind that people have been here way before you? And whatever you're babbling is not new to anybody you're babbling it to. You just regurgitated scripture. Script, meaning you live a script, but life ain't a play. So what are we talking about when you say Jesus died for our sins? He died for your sins, nigga. You can't speak for nobody else. What sins I did? Mind you, all this talk got to do from birth. When you first was born, what'd you do? When you see this Jesus guy die for your sins, what are you even talking about in reality? Trying to help you to grasp, you just living out script. Meaning whatever someone said to you, then you're just repeating that. But in terms of it making sense in life, you got to be a half of a retard. Not a full retard, but half. If you think life is based on a dude dying for other men, huh? And so if you're young, there is no man God. That's idolatry. The way y'all have God as a man now, that's idolatry. Once you hear God as a man in any religion, go the other way. Now that's something that y'all did in today's times. Of course, in the past, They understood Jesus to be seminal fluid, that yolky substance, the Holy Ghost. And of course, I'm assuming that's going to go above most people's head. Remember, we all start from seminal fluid, male and female. That's the beginnings. And that substance comes from orgasm. Orgasm is nirvana, or a place of bliss. And so, do you get my point? Jesus is just the personification, or making that into a character so you grasp. So when you read in the Bible and it says Jesus said this or that, it's speaking of that substance. It's speaking as the substance, but of course the substance, I was going to say the substance isn't a person, but it is, because we all, you get my point? Your father ejaculated that substance, which is you in your beginnings, into your mother, and it evolves into a person. But do you get my point? Jesus would be before that. There is no Jesus, but that name and that character is just a personification of the substance. And that substance is personal to us all, meaning it is all of us within our vessel. And so you get my point? When you say Jesus died for our sins, if you understood it accurately, you can say we all died for the sins of the world being the body. But in its beginning stages, egg cell. So you can say the seminal fluid is sacrificed to the blood or the egg cell, and it saves that world. Remember, the body and the physical world go hand in hand. You have no physical world if you have no body. Meaning y'all only in the physical world right now because y'all have a body, which is, one with the place. And that, do you get my point? The wisdom has to do with you, or the source of you. It doesn't have to do with anything outside of self. Can't nobody save you from you. Only you can. And so God is within us all, or you can say God is us all before we come into the body and get lost into the world. And so, hopefully that helps you. You said, me and my wife love your videos. We are having our 10-year anniversary tomorrow. She also turns 18 in 2 months. I have no clue what you're saying, Salam. Now, where was I at? Hopefully that helps you. A lot of y'all are lost into Satan worship. Meaning you're a Christian, but that's Satan worship. Blasphemy against God. So y'all have God as a man beat up on a cross and all this other disrespectful stuff. But God have nothing to do with that. When you're dealing with the Bible and it says they spit on Jesus. Again, if you grasp that Jesus is the personification of that substance, well, that substance looks like spit. When you're dealing with, I think that's Sumerian text, when it says God spit man out, speaking of that substance. That substance predates physical life. You have air, liquid, and then matter. Menses fluid and seminal fluid predate the physical. Yes, the physical contains everything that predates it, but do you get my point? That comes first. So the universal body, the solar body, meaning we live inside a solar system or a solar body. Our universe, same difference, universal body. And so comes into being the same way you do, from conception. And so you get my point? Like I said, the two substances is the precursor to physical life. If you're reading like the Enuma Elish and it says the two waters mingled, it's speaking like that. Seminal fluid and menses. Basically seed and soil merged, and then you get, the harvest. That will be the person. Oh God. Salam. Let me remove all of this stupid talk. Impress me with wisdom. Stop pretending like you know me. A lot of y'all be doing that. Coming in here dumb talking. Get your internal together. Hating on knowledge ain't gonna do nothing for you. I just real talk. I'm coming in here dumb talking. Don't got a pot to piss in, a brain or nothing. Snap out of that or go on your own way. I don't deal with retards, and I damn sure don't deal with cowards that have problems inside or problems with anybody, and the best thing you can do is run your mouth indefinitely. Anybody got a problem, you can see me. I dust your shit off like I always say. That's not a problem. You don't ever gotta tap dance around or look around a pussy over here and we get washed up anytime you want. And so come for the wisdom. Salam. Now, seminal fluid comes directly from heaven. When I say heaven, heaven is the place of nirvana, eternal bliss, pleasures, whatever you want to call it. When a man orgasms, he's tapping into, you get it? Spaces beyond the physical in his mind. Yes, the seminal fluid comes through his prostate and through his penis, but you get my point? It's not just sitting there. He's manifesting it through his mind. His mind is on a certain vibration. You can say when a man ejaculates, he accesses heaven for like a split second. Remember, the physical can't go to heaven, so it has to be all mind. Meaning whatever you view heaven or hell as, I'm assuming you're not associating your body with it. It's all mental. In that, when a man ejaculates, you can say his mind is going into heaven, but just for a split second. But he still get the feeling of it. You get my point? And so, think like Greek scholarship when they say Prometheus stole fire from heaven. That's the fire it's speaking of. The ether, basically seminal fluid, referred to as the ghost or the Holy Ghost. And so, you can go to like Matthew chapter 11, verse 28 through 30. Or you can start at 24, just 28 through 30. In those verses, it explains, in those verses, the Jesus character is speaking as the yoki substance that I'm speaking of. Like I said, Jesus is just the personification of that. In that, do you get my point? That's just putting the character, I guess, so y'all can grasp. Y'all are a person, so keep everything in perspective. Some of y'all may be immature. In that, you get my point? You hear menses, you hear seminal fluid, and you go into a stupor. Or you go into child mind, where you make it like, goofy. Melanie said, sorry to ask, but I'm going through a hard time and I need some advice since you know things. Salam, when you come here, can you please make sense? I'm not sure if the wisdom makes y'all stupid You get my point? Don't take offense. Dumb is an insecurity, so not sure if my wisdom make y'all feel stupid or it literally makes y'all stupid. But how am I gonna give you advice on nothing? You said I'm going through a hard time. If I don't know the hard time you're going through, you get my point? How am I gonna give you advice on nothing? So you get my point? Now, if you have it in your mind where you like, I'm just rage baiting, you're not rage baiting anyone because I'm not playing with y'all. A lot of y'all are immature and stupid and don't get that part. I'm not playing with you. So whatever you doing and whatever response you expecting to get, I'm not playing with you. You say, Solace, I'm just rage baiting. I'm not playing with you. Whatever game y'all playing, I'm not playing. You get that through your head and you get my point? Because a lot of y'all childish, y'all got your little online games. You come here playing it, convincing yourself like, I got him. I'm not playing with you. I'm aware of rage baiting. I'm not playing with you. In that, I'm going to tell you you're dumb as hell for the rage baiting or whatever you said. You get my point? And so a lot of y'all need to snap out of y'all dumb. Life's not a game. And maybe your life is, but you get my point? Everyone else's isn't. Peace and wisdom, Mark G. Now, try to keep the questions, or the comments on the level they need to be. Or, go to one of the tacky. I don't want to say that and, hurt nobody's feelings, but go to the tacky place. Wherever they do all of that fool stuff. It's not the drug addict spot. If you're on drugs, go on your way. Hey, y'all pay attention to, the stupid trolls that be blurting out dumb stuff like I need smoke and all of that weird stuff. Trying to discourage y'all from wisdom or whatever dumb thing they doing. When you speaking against truth when it's being spoken of, pay attention to that. A lot of y'all be playing with your own life. And got a game in your mind where you think like, oh, I'm making him mad. And then what? That part. Get to a level. Now, like I said, when you're dealing with Matthew 11, chapter 11, verse 28 through 30, and you see how it's speaking, that's basically Jesus speaking as the substance. There is no Jesus. Jesus is just the personification of that substance. And so you get my point? It speaks in that manner. If any of y'all want to have a conversation with me about smoking or something, I don't mind having a conversation about anything that you may be confused on. Y'all have no connection to my life. Don't know anything about me, so you can ask whatever you want to ask, but carrying on like you stupid. It's not the place for that. Now, please share. Please share what? I'm gonna depart in a minute. I don't got time to waste my time with retards. Carrie Skeptic said, so Jesus is nut, is what you're saying. I just said there is no Jesus. Jesus is the personification of seminal fluid. You're stupid, but you're still that substance as well. Everything you see is that substance. There's nothing that comes into being that skips over that part. And that, some of y'all are dumb. You think the joke on me because you stupid, but the joke on you Most people grasp what I'm saying. You just stupid. Worse than that, you grasp too. And that, do you get my point? Y'all are half retarded. Jesus is principles, not a person. Like I said, Jesus is seminal fluid. They said Jesus is everything, but this is slow. Mm-mm-mm. It's sad how dumb some of y'all are. Your dumb is tied into your internal bitterness. Not with me, but just your life, your poverty, whatever bum shit you come from, and whatever bum shit you've been through. And I guess you think now your job in life is to antagonize anybody you can that you think is better than you, which I am. But do you get my point? You have to get a life at some point. It's deep because it has to be that way. You have day, you have night. You get my point? You have to have stupid. The stupid gonna make for the wisdom. And I guess vice versa. The wisdom gonna make for the stupid to be stupider because of pride. And that, it refines the wisdom. Meaning the bar keep getting raised. Stupid make for smart. Smart makes stupid more insecure, so he gets stupider. And then that makes for wisdom to raise. And so you get my point? I'm not shocked at how wise I am and how dumb some of y'all are when you come in here. But salam, life's a balance. You said I'm stupid on many things, but not this. Am I wrong or not? Seminal fluid, is that not semen? Salam. You said folks say Jesus is a literal person. You worship folks. I'm just asking. Y'all have a lesser mind, like a slave. You see how I explain? You see how I explain how there's no slavery, but there was human domestication. Human domestication is like with animals. You've got all different kinds of breeds of dogs. You could say they GMO dog, domesticated to be that way. And when you're dealing with mankind, you have original man or indigenous man. And then you have all the variety of men that we have now, like the different nationalities of breeds. And they all come from original man being GMO or domesticated, turned into a pet. And so you get my point? Most of y'all are like pets. Like how you have wild animal and then you have a pet. You have a wild dog, you have a pet dog. And it wouldn't matter what you say to the pet dog. That shit is something else. It's not like a natural thing in life. It's like a pet is a deep thing. Meaning most of y'all just look at a pet as a pet. You don't look in depth into it to say, damn, what is that truly? Because it's not an animal. It's some created weird thing that's like a lesser. It strives to be a lesser. And so do you get my point? You kind of like that. When you say, people say, Jesus is a person, you think God over life is a person. I'm just asking some of y'all that have that mind. Meaning you don't see how dumb that is. There's a man that created life. Man is last. Like I said, you got air, liquid, and matter. The matter comes last. You think the last thing is the creator of all things. Some of y'all have to get out of following. You get my point? Because it's dumbing you out. Peace and wisdom, arithmetic. They get it. You know, people are stupid. Not stupid because they don't get it. Stupid because they play stupid. And only people playing stupid is stupid people. A wise person or a smart person don't play dumb. Why? Again, a wise person or a smart person won't play stupid. What do they need to do that for? And so you get my point? Some of y'all stupid. You said the text doesn't say Jesus is not the text doesn't explicitly say Jesus is not seminal fluid. You're reading into the text esoterically. You're not even writing right. Start there. The text is written the text is written to make Jesus a man as an abomination against y'all. It wasn't like that before. And even when I was younger, everyone was crystal clear that Jesus was a spirit, not a person. Again, that's some dumb thing that y'all have done on online times. When you're dealing with ancient Kemet or any ancient culture, they personify everything so that you grasp because you're a person. You see how I'm explaining to you about a divine substance in life that's the source of all life, but you're too stupid to get it no matter how simple it's put to you? You have your Bible. It tell you Jesus is a man, right? Maybe you grasp why. You're too stupid to grasp anything else. I'm saying it from the experience I'm having with you right now. Whatever you're saying in terms of Jesus being a man, it don't make no sense in reality. So I don't know why y'all even trying to force it. It's beautiful you made a mistake and took Jesus being a man literal. But do you get my point? Things is beyond man. And if you don't understand that, then I suppose you just die a man. Peace and wisdom. You said when you read, you can't read that Jesus is portrayed as a person. You're not making any sense. Your comment is basically saying that the text don't say Jesus is a person. I said Jesus ain't a person, so what are you talking about? You get it? I'm not following. When I said that the text write Jesus as a person or personify him, what do you mean you don't get that? It say he was born from a virgin, had a daddy. What are you talking about? The text write him as a person. When you say when I read the text, it don't seem to portray him as a person. You ain't read the text. But whenever you do, salam, peace and wisdom, Kulu, whatever your name is. He said, man, look, I'm not a Christian. Then shut the hell up and learn. Salam. You said in the Bible it states if you don't accept Jesus came in the flesh, you're an antichrist. You see how a Christian or whatever you are is stupid. Don't take offense to the word stupid. You keep putting it on like you said the book say if you don't believe that Jesus came in the flesh. Nigga, didn't you hear when I said seminal fluid is technically person because it's all of us. Seminal fluid, your father ejaculated the substance into your mother. It's like the Bible said, he came from the father. Seminal fluid comes from the father. It's ejaculated into the mother. This is where the egg cell of the body is. They merge as one. It's born out as person. Somewhere in your stupid mind you say, if you don't accept Jesus as flesh, and nigga, it's talking about your stupid ass. Some of y'all just dumb. I don't know what to tell you. I said that was my point. It's a typo. You are a typo. There's mistakes in life. Things that are that wasn't supposed to be. You supposed to be on the floor. Your pops was a little slow. I'm supposed to be on your mother's back and her ass, and it slipped. It went in. Here you come. You crack manifested. He said, you slick with the mouth. I'm just playing with you. Coming in here playing like you dumb, so I'm playing back with you. Now, your mother's a crackhead and so is your daddy. You have people here that's manifestations of love, meaning their parents was making love and that's how they came to be. You got all different kinds. You got two crackheads having sex right now. You got life coming from that. It's called the crack. Y'all know what it's called. Crack baby. It's not that mine ain't right that good. You get my point? And so, hopefully you can grasp. Now, do you need me to explain the dum-dum cloud and the beginnings of life? Just asking. Let me know. You don't have to. I'll give you a quick breakdown. In the beginning, there was nothing. Then there was a big bang. This is fart. That's the big bang, a fart. Then there was warm, moist fart is flowing through cool outer space. You know, empty space is cool. The warm fart is breeze through it. When warm air meets cool air, you get liquid. Brown. Brown liquid. You know. Doo-doo. But, stay with me. Cool air, fart air merges. This is cold and warm. It rises. It creates, you know, a cloud. A brown one. And of course, at some point, the cloud collapses and you get the substance that falls from it, which is diarrhea. So in the beginning, it was nothing but liquid, doo-doo, liquid form, diarrhea. And out of this diarrhea climbed out dum-dums. And you had a whole bunch of dum-dums. This is the first race. They all stupid. And this is y'all descendants that y'all come from. They're dum-dums. And they were all sitting around having dumb conversations. I already went through this in the beginnings, but I don't know who missed it. You know, in the beginnings of my teachings, I explained all of this. And special ed, first father, last dumb first wise. Nothing's clicking yet. Mr. Ed, special that is. He was the last of the dumb. He was the first wise. That's not to say he was wise, but he was just the first one to make some sense amongst the dumb. He said, let's do something smart. Now, you know dumb people, It's crowded. It's full of dummies. They're just all talking simultaneously. So he says, let's do something smart. And one of the dumb yelled out, "What's smart?" Out of nowhere, another dummy standing next to him stabbed him. Ah, he said, "I did it." I said, "Did what?" He said, "Something smart." Remember, they're stupid. They don't know. They don't know no better. And this is the beginnings of, this is most of y'all ancestry. The beginnings of, how you became a fool. Salami. Now, I'm going to let you go, brother. You are like, some of y'all be desperate to get my attention in the most stupidest way I can ever get. Peace and wisdom. You said, "I'm not a crack baby. You're bearing false witness. I thought this was the grown-up channel." Nigga's really a crack baby because you see how you get my point? You didn't have to respond to that, champ. You didn't have to explain how you're not a crack baby. No one really cares. They're here to understand happen. You act like a crack baby, but you don't have to prove that you're not because no one cares. I'll just keep my perspective that you're a crack baby, and you get my point. Whatever you are, you feel me? You could just be that. Told me I'm slick with the mouth like he can do something. What can you do about it? Now, hopefully a lot of y'all grasp in regards to the scholarship that I was explaining. Heaven is within you. It's the source of self. And so, y'all kind of lost in the world. And the world's going to kind of, like I said, the egg cell is the precursor to the body or the world. But that always fades away, meaning if the egg cell is not conceived, it will fade away. Period. A woman will have a period. And, it will be pushed out. But even if it's not and it's conceived, it still has a time limit. So it will always wean away at some point. In that, y'all become lost into the body and the world. And you get my point? Kind of wean away with that. It's about becoming, aware of the true reality of things. And so, most of y'all play too much time playing dumb, getting lost in the scripts and all this stupid stuff. Christianity is not a good thing. It wasn't good in its beginnings, and it still isn't. There's so many people that died for Christianity to be, as popular as it is. When I say there's many people that died for Christianity to be, I'm not talking like a few hundred people. I'm talking like whole generations of people. You got to think, when slavery first happened here in America, you know how many slaves died because they couldn't grasp like whatever Christianity was forcing on them, or they choose not to, and so they was killed. And if you go back to the beginnings of, when Rome was taking over everywhere, they was killing whole societies of people to force their perspective, this religion. And this all ties into like slavery. Meaning the book got to do with sheep, and y'all are sheep. The slaves are sheep to the slave master. It's only important to lesser things, meaning it's forced on the lesser. You a shepherd or a king of some sort. So that's the knowledge that the shepherds give to their sheep. That there's some great sheep god or some weird thing, and you get my point? That's going to save you. Nothing can save you. You can only save yourself. Outside of that, y'all believing in whatever y'all believe in, it don't make no sense in real life. And you have to become aware of that. You could say all day, Jesus is a man and he gonna come back and save us, but that ain't never happened and it ain't never gonna happen because God ain't no man. And so you waiting on nothing. And outside of that, you have divinity happening all around you that you're not aware of. So you're waiting on some God to come raise you from the dead, but you get raised from the dead every night. You just don't view unconscious sleep as the dead. But sleep and death is one. Micro, macro. Sleep is just a micro version of, you get it, that greater thing. And that, do you get my point? The same way y'all are raised up out of y'all unconsciousness, and whatever force is responsible for that is the same force that has power to raise y'all up out of the big death. Not just the sleep, but the big death. But most of y'all ain't gonna get that because you stupidly talking about some man. But when you die, you ain't no physical bodies in men, so what the hell are y'all talking about? You think Jesus gonna come and save you now while you living? Well, look at all the people that died already. They was a believer like you. That shit ain't come to pass for them. What make you think you special? Again, you could go back 2,000 years ago. And people believed that Jesus was going to save them. If it was a physical matter, well, there's all your proof that it ain't no physical matter. Your great-grandma believed in Jesus the Christ, and she's dead, and ain't nothing come to save her while she was here. And in death, she gonna be lost in death or hell forever. This is the reality for most of y'all that keep trying to, force that idolatry, that satanic stuff. You're gonna be lost in the abyss forever. Here's how. Damn, I was going deep. I didn't even realize. Why the hell is that even happening? But like I said, here's how that happens. You believe in Jesus, right? This dude. You got no description of the dude. But you say the dude gonna come back and save you. If you don't have no description of this Jesus character, how do you know it's him when he comes? Don't play stupid and be like, I'll know. How? You have no description of Jesus. Any physical person say they're Jesus in this life, y'all looking to crucify them and call them a liar. If I say I'm Jesus returned to save y'all, you know what you gonna say? That part. Ego, he lying, whatever the case may be. And that, my question to you is, if you a Christian and you believe that this man named Jesus gonna come save y'all, how is that possible if you don't even have no image or description for the fella? That mean anybody could come along and convince you that they're Jesus because you have no description, you have no image to say if it is or if it isn't. And that, do you get my point? A person dies believing how y'all believe, and they stay lost into that belief indefinitely. You got people in death right now, we speaking on a soul level, sitting in the abyss, waiting on some dude to come save them. Millions of demons having already came to them and tricked them out. The same way y'all are here. You just sitting, lying in wait for some lie to come true. You waste your whole life. I'm giving you that example so you could grasp. Physical life is just the precursor to death. And everything you see happening in physical life with people, like I said, it's just the precursor of what's to come. Some of y'all are lost into Babylon. This is the society and all the stupidity of it. You trying to climb to the pinnacles of Babylon and be the heights of it. Others of y'all are lost in Babylon. You at the bottom of the barrel, bumming it and all of that. And then you have others who have checked out of society or Babylon. Everything I'm speaking of is mental. And death the same way. Meaning physical life is just the precursor to after. In that, in death or hell, you're going to have people trying to be at the pinnacles of it. You're going to have people at the bottom of the barrels of hell. And then you're going to have those that, they ain't got nothing to do with it. They left society or hell, where you sit around believing in dumb stuff till you die. Again, if you were a Christian, you waste your whole life believing in a lie. If I ask you why, you're going to hit me with some stupid script that ain't got nothing to do with what I asked you. And same way you waste your whole life away believing in a lie that never come to pass, death is longer. You're going to be sitting in there for eternity by your own doing, just because you a follower. Again, whatever reason are y'all Christians? Because you was given the proof of this thing, or just because you are for fun? And so you get my point? A lot of y'all better stop playing with yourself. This real life y'all in. I watch TV all day, y'all watch people play stupid all day, and you get my point? It takes away from y'all being aware of what's really transpiring. Life is a dumbed down party. Y'all be all online seeking this and seeking that, overlooking. Life is about making you stupid. Most people in life want to see you dumb. The rulers of the society want to see y'all dumb, not wise. How they gonna rule over y'all if y'all wise? Y'all in these little groups, y'all in these little religions. How these religions gonna exploit and rule over y'all if y'all wise? In that, a lot of y'all think you get it? You think you getting raised up and made smart. You being made to be stupid. If there's things over you, you don't ever gotta question if your being stupid is not their goal. It's the same with parents and their kids. A lot of your kids so you can keep them dumb as long as you can. Otherwise, you get my point? They see truth, and then you get my point? They probably get themselves killed being grown too fast, but it's a simple thing to grasp. I'm sorry, I was texting someone. And so, a lot of y'all are not being taught the religion accurately. You're falling into the stupidities of it, the dumbing down parts of it, to keep y'all stagnant and stuck on stupid, which is the whole point of everything. If I'm lying, then why you got the beliefs you have, but they never came to pass? Explain it to me. When is it? Say no man knows the day or the hour. Okay. I know what I'm talking about. How about you? Meaning I'm positive. God that's being explained in these texts have to do with seminal fluid, which is the source of everything. That is the divinity. Like I said, that is the divinity. Somehow y'all have, God as a man. Like I said, first God was a sheep. First he was a donkey. You go back to ancient texts. You know how in New Texts it say like Jesus rode into Jerusalem on a donkey? The text before that don't have no man riding in on the donkey. The donkey itself was Jesus. That part. And this all got to do with, sacrilege, cattle worship, you could say. When men begin to eat meat and kill cattle, peace and wisdom, Trisha Spates. Now, if you have any questions, ask. I don't like to, I like to be amongst the wise. And if not, you get it? I don't want to get overwhelmed by the dumb. Some of y'all are proud of it. Everett Frazier, if you still here, what you confused on? You said you're confused. I don't understand why it's so hard for y'all to grasp. That's like stupid to me. How can y'all grasp? Y'all could grasp Santa Claus fat ass coming down the chimney to give you toys. You don't even have a chimney. But as a kid, you could grasp that. Y'all could grasp a stupid story about a man getting beat up, put on a cross, and he's God of life. That makes no sense to any mature adult. But when I explain what I just explained, some way y'all say, I don't understand. It make me wonder, like, how deep the curse of religion is. I mean, religion is a curse. But it's a hell of a curse, because you get my point? Dumb things somehow make sense to y'all. I don't understand how that makes sense. If you scared and you say, man, y'all grown. Say, I'm scared if I don't worship Jesus the Christ, I'm going to go to hell. But y'all grown. And that, do you get my point? How does that happen to the mind? Y'all all know what seminal fluid is, and y'all all know that's what y'all come from. Y'all all come from y'all fathers as that substance. Put into the mother, and you get it? You know the rest of the story, but somehow, when I'm explaining to you, that substance is what's being referred to as like the messenger of God or the son of God, you know, God manifest. Somehow y'all don't get it. I don't get that part to even like clear it up for y'all. What part don't you get? That substance is in orgasm before, you get my point? Meaning the man orgasms and that substance comes out. Orgasm is a great feeling. View orgasm as heaven itself. And you get my point? The substance is coming from that. The substance is the Son of God. God being the Father. What Father? Any father that busts a nut. But do you get my point? Peace and wisdom. Y'all are getting dumber and dumber, but y'all are not keeping any track of that. Y'all are getting lost into just regurgitating whatever you hear in society. Whatever you think is popular in society. And that is making y'all stupider and stupider. Y'all be saying shit like they said. There's no they. This they is y'all. You get my point? When y'all be like they said and they did, that's y'all. Y'all are the they. Who is the they? I'm just asking. You said they said Jesus is a man that came in the flesh. Ain't they y'all? That part. Y'all acting like God told y'all this. Y'all be like the book said. A book ain't got no life and ain't nothing but something that a man wrote. To say the book said means nothing. I have books. They said whatever they said. What's the difference from my books and the Bible? Nothing. My point is, y'all don't have God. Y'all have a book. And that book is y'all God. That's where y'all got all the characters from. The book. And the book is what y'all worship. And I suppose whoever's the author of the book, well, you get my point, which is a man, y'all worship his doings. Outside of that, a book ain't got nothing to do with nothing. God don't write books. So Saying the book said means what? The book could say whatever it want to say. It still have to make sense in real life, meaning the book still have to be true. You can't say the book said, and then what you're saying don't even make sense in life. What? You basically saying God could lie? God could do whatever it want? God have to be aligned with truth for it to be, you know, something. Meaning even God is subjected to truth. If God ain't subjected to truth, then what's the difference between God and the devil? Or the great liar? What's the difference? And so you get my point? A lot of y'all have played dumb and cursed yourself. And that it's hard for you to understand anything. Anything good you gonna have a problem with, and anything right you gonna be confused on. But when it comes to dumb shit, somehow you gonna grasp that even though you don't truly grasp it because it's nothing to grasp. And anybody bad and negative, you gonna be all, you get it? Attracted to. And that's the curse of life. Meaning a lot of y'all, you already sold yourself out the lie. And that's your reality. Anybody good, you got a problem with them, but you don't get that. And any truth being spoken, you be struggling to get it. You be talking against it. And it's all a curse on the soul. It's like the Bible said. They'll be blind, deaf, and dumb. But that's done on purpose to them. Meaning they have eyes and can see, but they ain't gonna have no awareness of nothing they see. They gonna have ears and can hear, but they ain't gonna be able to hear shit concerning the truth. They gonna shut their ears to it. And of course, you know, the dumb is just the babble that y'all do. And that, do you get my point? Salam, shalom. If y'all confused, ask questions. Stop coming in here on scripture brain time or empty brain time, saying peace and all of this weird shit, man. I'm here to teach, man. Coming in mad late saying hi. Paid your dues, man. What? Pay the damn dues. Now, if y'all have any questions, you can ask. I was going to explain next that there's two saviors. So you see how y'all have like Jesus as the Christ or the Savior? There's two saviors. There's two Christ. And this is where y'all get the black and the white one from. But remember, God ain't no person, so the black and white got to do with something else. But most people, you get it? Kind of lost. Now, if you have any questions, ask. Like I said, I was going to explain that, but y'all don't seem like y'all doing too good in grasping. It's all a balance thing. You see how y'all don't respect balance? Y'all ego make it where y'all feel like I could do what I want in regards to fair and balance. Pay attention to your hardship, your struggles, and your stupidity too at the same time, because it all go hand in hand. You said semen and mucus, and you put a question mark. I sure wish I was trolled. Mike Hard, you a regular here. Sure wish you was a troll right now. But what make you think that's a full statement or a question mark? You said semen and mucus and a question mark. What are you asking? And put your age down too, because some of y'all are way too old to be as dumb as you are. Meaning y'all don't know how to communicate right. Y'all don't know how to ask questions where, you get it? It make any sense. And the worst part is y'all like seem like y'all fine with it. How does one get that dumb? But you forget how to communicate. I'm just asking. Again, you said semen and mucus, question mark. What the hell are you talking about? Simple question. It's gonna take him an hour to figure it out. You're supposed to already know what you're talking about. And so it's a deep thing, man. Peace and wisdom, Gasset Martinez. You said I ain't here to be disrespected. I just want to feel good. Ain't nobody disrespect you, you fucking monkey. Did you hear me say your name, dick sucker? You getting disrespected now because you fucking stupid, nigga. But did you hear me disrespect you? And don't come in my fucking space acting like you slow and stupid and then think you supposed to get respect. That's what y'all better stop fucking doing. You want respect, you carry yourself in a way to get respect. You don't come in my motherfucking face acting all slow and dumb. I wouldn't care if you is slow or dumb. Don't take your stupid ass to the fucking special ed class, nigga. Don't come in here full of ego telling somebody how to deal with you. Bitch, I deal with you how I want. You can't do nothing about it. If you was sitting right here in my face, you wouldn't do nothing about it. I talk to niggas like this in real life. Play stupid if you want, nigga. I wish a stupid nigga would be in my face playing stupid and be like, hey, talk to me right. You gonna wake up, nigga. If you wake up, nigga, you gonna wake up somewhere. Tube the fuck up. And so again, I'm old school. You gonna get treated how you carry yourself. You wanna be a dumb, goofy follower? You gonna get talked to like a follower. That part. Learn how to be a fucking man, stand on your own, and make sense, and I'll deal with you that way. Other than that, don't come in here telling me no stupid shit, especially y'all don't pay y'all dues. You don't come here to bring nothing to the table. So shut the fuck up in regards to you getting any kind of treatment. I ain't one of these niggas on here entertaining y'all. The fuck is you smoking? This wisdom is for you, nigga, to help you get through life in your death. I ain't got to waste my time with you half of retarded monkeys. I wouldn't give a fuck who taking offense, nigga. And what game you playing with your own self in your mind. Where you think like you can control me. Treat me this way, I won't support. You can get the fuck off my channel and stay dumb, nigga. That's real talk. I wouldn't give a fuck who got offended by what I just said. Make sure you heard what I said. I ain't no fucking kid. Y'all half a little kid stupid talking, nigga. Watch your motherfucking mouth. Your parents should have taught you something. You all online like a fucking orphan. Gotta learn from any old stranger. Ain't got the nerve to be running your fucking mouth. And so like I said, y'all fucking crack babies, nigga. Watch your goddamn mouth. Like I said, aren't Christians not supposed to swear? Now take your goofy ass down to the church, nigga, and ask them. Salam. Now, those of y'all that's my regulars that, you get it? Ask y'all questions, get it together. If you new here, just shut the fuck up, because y'all sloppy as fuck. You learn how to be here, you get my point? Outside of that, stop dumb talking me, man. You 5 years old, nigga? You're coming here asking about curses. Bitch, everybody in here grown, motherfucker. What world you live in where you think you tell a grown-up they can't curse? I could do what the fuck I want, nigga. What are you talking about? That part. A lot of y'all need to grow the fuck up, get your brain together. You're sitting around here battling whatever stupid shit you hear other brainwashed monkeys talking about. I will curse you the fuck out anytime I feel like it, nigga, if it's deserved. That part. And that's how life go, you dumb fucking monkeys. Y'all parents don't curse y'all out? Because a lot of y'all need it. And spare the rod thing, your mother should have beat your ass more. Again, some of y'all should have got your ass beat more. Or choked the fuck out and shit like that. They're coming in this motherfucker talking about Christians ain't supposed to curse. Christians lie and do all kind of evil, dumb shit, and you think, is this what's wrong with a Christian? They want to focus on kid shit. They got no morals, no values whatsoever, but talking about curses Like a motherfucker cursing gonna get them condemned. What about them lies and all that gossip and all that bum shit y'all do? That ain't got nothing to do with Christianity. Didn't Christianity tell you that? Didn't Christianity tell you not to wear signs and symbols? You got a fucking cross on your neck? Again, a Christian will do everything that the book tell them not to do, then be talking about dumb shit the book ain't never said. Show me where the book said a nigga can't curse. You let me know. That part. Shut the fuck up with all that slow shit. Y'all live like children. The book say we can't drink and smoke and curse, but the book don't even say that. Your parents said that to you when you was a kid. You got grown, came into a fucking religion and made yourself a kid. Explain that to me. And my channel got to do with me teaching you truth. Stop bringing your dumb to me and trying to make me live up to your stupid. I wouldn't care if y'all cursed or did anything y'all want. If you got morals and honor, that's that. That's all that matters. A Christian want to cheat and finagle around what's important to uphold stupid, dumb shit that ain't even required of nobody. You think life boil you down to stupid language? Fuck means something else in a different language. Shit means something else in a different language. You need an example? In Jewish tongue, you got the better shit. That's the beginnings of their Bible, the Torah. The better shit, that's Genesis. They ain't supposed to use that word according to a Christian. It's a curse. And so you get my point? I just like playing, take advantage of, slapping people around and cursing them out when they give it to you. I'm old school, that's how we did things. You step on my shoe, maybe I ain't mad about it. But I'm gonna curse you out like I'm mad, so maybe you say something I don't like, so I can go ahead and knock you out. Because it's just real life, You get older, you don't get to shake as much. Say, damn, I wish I could beat a nigga the fuck up today. And you get it. Somebody gonna give you what you want. You just be patient. Now, you said I'm confused. Are you an atheist? So where's my knife so I could stab? Where's my knife so I could kill myself? I'm the wise servant that just explained to you something. An atheist don't believe in nothing. Like, you fucking stupid. I explained to you Jesus, or what y'all view as God, the accurate way. You don't follow that up with, are you atheists? Are you fucking stupid and don't know what words mean? Again, y'all are getting stupider and stupider in life. So stupid that y'all get scared to even comment here. You could reverse it all you want and say, it's because how you talk to us. Nigga talking to you this way because you've been acting stupid for an hour since I started the video. Ain't it warranted that I curse some of y'all out at this point? When I first started the video, you was acting like you was half a fucking slow. But we gonna skip past that, right? Now when you're getting cursed out, that's the reason you don't? Y'all got all the excuse to be stupid. So my question is, why are you seeking out wisdom to even begin with? You don't do nothing you're supposed to in regards to what you learn here. And even in your Christianity, again, in Christianity, you say don't wear signs and symbols. Y'all wear crosses, do every fucking thing y'all ain't supposed to. Come here, I say live balanced, respect it. You don't do nothing you're supposed to. What you seeking wisdom for? That part. Now you say, can I have a prayer for academic excellence? Maybe it's just me, but the way y'all talk is just stupid. You want a prayer for academic excellence. Y'all should try just talking normal. Stop trying to sound smart and using words and shit beyond y'all. I get what you're saying, if that's even what you mean. Keep it simple. That's what most of y'all need to do. You not that bright, just keep it simple. Stop trying to like decorate your dumb. When you say I'm gonna use big words, and use what you know what you're talking about. That's all I respect. You can miss me with the big words. If you're gonna use them right. My only concern is making sense. You get my point? Just make sense. It ain't that hard to do. And so you get my point? And where you go, Gasset Martinez? He the one I cursed out. He said, I ain't here to be disrespected. He thought he was tough or something. I don't know. A lot of y'all better stop trying me in that way. I'm not from y'all times. You can earn your respect. You don't get that shit for no reason. And so, try to grasp. Now, like I said, I was going to explain the two Christs, but y'all are struggling with understanding what y'all own book say. When Matthew chapter 13, 31 says the kingdom of God is like a mustard seed, what is it talking about then? Because I just explained it to y'all so y'all can have clarity. But you don't grasp it. So you tell me what it means then, since y'all know everything. You said I didn't answer your question and you erased. You saying I didn't answer your question. Said you can see my comment. No, I see you erase something. It says message retracted. Y'all can't see what I can see? Meaning if you're looking at the comments right now, the chat, whatever you call it, you don't see what I see? Meaning I see your comment where you say you can see my comment. And right above that is your comment retracted. I'm just asking because if it's a deep thing, man. It's almost abuse. Meaning y'all play dumb and then it becomes real. It's like I said, people online be pretending like they got beefs. But play fight turned to real fight. Playing dumb turned to real stupid. Like. And so, some of y'all be playing stupid. You know, when the truth come upon you and you might not want to accept it in that moment, you start playing stupid. And then you get my point? You become stupid for real. Said I did a typo. Autocorrect whooping my ass. Autocorrect whooping your ass, so you removed the comment. But you asked me, can I see your comment? Mine in real life is motherfuckers is dead. Everett Fraser said, what do you believe in then? What do y'all listen to when I'm speaking? Did you not just hear me explain what God is in heaven accurately? Then you say, what do you believe in then? What's stupid to y'all? Meaning, I'm asking because when I point out that y'all stupid as fuck, y'all don't never say, okay, I see your point, you right. This is the beginnings of, you get it? Us getting on the right track. But in today's times, y'all don't ever admit when y'all wrong or anything. So what's stupid to y'all? That way we could like, you get it? Because at this point, y'all repeating stupid fucking cycles with yourselves. There's deeper things for me to explain, and y'all stuck on Santa Claus for adults. That's what I call Christianity. I believe in the truth. It's the only thing you're supposed to believe in. I'll say it again for some of y'all slow. I believe in the truth. That's the only thing you're supposed to believe in. If I tell you something and it's true, end of story. Now you said, here's my question. Are you saying this is a fact? There is no Jesus Christ. He is semen, a personification of it. Yes or no? It's sad because some of y'all like when I get it. Like I hope them motherfuckers come here because I like when they don't pay me enough for this. I'm gonna read your question again. Maybe you see the dumb in it. You said, here's my question. Are you saying this is a fact? You could have left that part out and just said, here's my question. There's no Jesus Christ. He is semen, a personification of it. I like fucking with y'all. Y'all stupid. Now, I don't view y'all as dumb. Usually I be calling y'all stupid and shit. It's just to snap y'all out of it. They coming in here acting like y'all dumb playing and shit. Then the dumb become real because you playing so much you ain't able to focus. I don't view y'all as dumb. I just view y'all as, you know. And kids are dumb, but they not dumb. They just where I was at when I was a kid. Y'all like that to me. Y'all not dumb. Y'all just heavily brainwashed into things that I never was. I was aware of Christianity and all of that, and you know, I said I was a Christian like everybody else did, but I ain't never lied to myself like I understood any of that. That shit never made sense to me. That's what led me to reading through things and getting to a truth in the matter, or getting the true understanding on that matter. Y'all are getting explained it in the most simplest form. Somewhere just not grasping it. Now you said Jesus Christ is seminal fluid. Your seminal fluid. From the Father. There is no fucking Jesus, man. What is wrong with y'all? How many times do a man got to tell you there ain't no goddamn Jesus? That's just seminal fluid is being put into character and given a name so that you grasp, even though you still don't fucking grasp. It's saying seminal fluid, which is the beginnings of what you are. That's what's from God. You see how y'all dump the fuck out where y'all talking like Jesus is God. Don't Jesus come from God? You see how y'all just fuck everything up? Again, according to Christianity, is Jesus God? Or is he the messenger of God? This is my point. Y'all dumbed out on the wrong fucking thing that don't even matter. You are the intermediary between your stupid and God. Your stupid is your vessel in this dumbass world you lost into talking about what you heard in a church. And the source of what you are is where the truth of things lie. Outside of that, I don't know how to explain it to y'all. I'ma just leave the shit be, and you get my point. But when you're reading the text, Jesus is explaining to the reader that I am you and you are me. If you understand seminal fluid is your stupid ass and you are that, y'all don't understand that y'all fathers ejaculated y'all out as seminal fluid? That was still you. That seed was planted into the menses. This is where the egg cell is. That's the body. Spirit, body. The substance that you are, that's personified as a Jesus character. That substance, which is the source of what you are before you was put into a body and then into the world, is speaking to you like that. It's basically giving the substance a voice to tell you, this is your true self, this is what belongs to heaven. If you lose yourself in this body, in this world, you're gonna stay there. That's what the text is basically telling y'all in a nutshell. You get lost in this world, and all attached to your body, and the lust and all the dumb shit of it, it's going to dumb your ass out till you die with it. Again, when we die, some of y'all going to be raised up out of the body or out of the darkness, and some of y'all going to just be left there. Why? You one with it. Your mind has nothing but lie belief in everything that is opposite of the truth. That's garbage. That's real truth right there. Y'all got gossip, rap music, you know, this dumb thing, that dumb thing. Nothing that have nothing to do with you transcending over in life. You know about Diddy's stupid ass. You know about everything in life that have nothing to do with the self. The things you do know, they not accurate. You knew they wasn't accurate when you took them in, but you say, I don't like this person or that person, so I'm going to play dumb on my own self. And y'all do that for the course of y'all lives, letting y'all emotional state take over. To where truth and lie become dependent on your emotional state. A good and a bad person is dependent on your emotional state, not just the truth of the matter, but what you like and don't like. Speaking like that. If your mind, which is your soul, is full of nothing, then what are you? Nothing. Nothing can't be done for nothing. You see how I'm trying to explain to you things accurately and you just don't grasp? That's how real life is. Y'all think God is something going to happen where you have a discussion with God one day. It's nothing to talk about. Y'all here in life, y'all have choices and decisions to make every second of the day. Y'all choose to do whatever y'all do. And those are the deeds written in the book, which is you. And it will let it be known if you a liar or whatever you are, a selfish loser, whatever. In that, when you die, there is nothing to talk about. Take the jewels, throw away the trash. Some of y'all souls is jewels. We talking about your mind. You grasp truth. You don't have no problem grasping truth. You don't have no problem professing truth, even if the whole world is saying something else. Jewel. Then you got all the shit in the trash. You get left with the body. You get left with the earth. That's the best thing I can tell y'all. Unconsciousness, that darkness, that dark abyss, is just all the dark souls. All the dark souls in existence. This is all the people that was alive before that just choose to be a fucking retard. They make for all that darkness. If you lost and you say, I don't believe that, your ass gonna go unconscious tonight. Last time I checked, that's a part of your soul, right? That part. The people make up for all the darkness, or the unconsciousness. The same way as people are souls that make up for the light, or the consciousness. Try not to dumb yourself away. When you come here, oblige to the rules I set here, please. Start paying attention. Stop wandering around, learning this dumb thing and that dumb thing, and you get my point? Take things serious. Stop playing with yourself. Stop acting like life is some movie, some script. Stop playing with yourself when you say, he not really a wise man because he cursed me out. This real life. You better stop playing dumb little kid games with yourself. You saying this person is this or that ain't gonna get you nowhere. In all truth, the wisest people are the freest. In that, you see me curse and you see me do whatever I want, that part. I cannot truly be wise and I fall under your brain. You say, Solace don't curse, so I just listen to you. Even though I know cursing wouldn't mean nothing. That shit is some shit for little kids. A little kid could get punished for cursing. A grown-up can't. It's just talk. You follow? There's real matters at hand. Morals, things like that. And stuck on dumb and cursing and shit like that. And so you get my point? You lost on what you want to like. And Silas cursed me out. I don't like him now. You think God and life give a fuck about that? You're supposed to come to the man, got the wisdom, did whatever part you was supposed to do, and took the wisdom. Got sitting around playing idolization games. Like we gonna go on a date or some shit. Silas got a teardrop. I don't listen to people with teardrops. We not going on no fucking date. Why is you all in my eyeball like that? You want to be the cause of a... be the cause of me having a whole bunch of them. You said, yeah, I know I came from my dad. He had sex with my mom and I came about. How old are you? Some of y'all are a little bit too young. I don't teach these things to children. Meaning I have children. Well, they were children. When they was babies, I don't... You get it? Religion and all that shit ain't for kids. I'm my kid's God until they are an adult to do what they need to do for them. And that I don't teach them about no God. Ain't no God. There's just me, the Father. And when you get of age, I teach you things right. Meaning, I can't be your God forever. I can only be your God till you able to stand on your own too. And that's how it's supposed to be with y'all. How the fuck are you teaching your little babies about God for? You're their God, and that's the only God they should know. If they can't oblige to what you saying and obey you, they ain't gonna obey no fucking God because they don't even know who that is. And that's the real truth of the matter. That's why that book say respect your mother and your father or your parents. Because if you can't fucking do that, you gonna respect God? You don't even know God. You know your parents. And so you get my point? Your parents are your God until you are of age to be your own God. That's not to say there's not higher forces above you. But those things ain't people. You not even a person outside the vessel. You a force like those forces above you. Think like unconsciousness. That's a force that controls y'all. Not y'all vessel, but y'all mind, and make it shut off. Like that. You have forces above you in life. These is the things you need to understand and know. You said 30. You said I'm old enough to be your big brother. Shit, I'm old enough to be your daddy damn near. But that's a whole different story. meaning you 6 years older than my daughter, you probably be fucking with chicks my daughter age, a 24, 25-year-old age range. You do, right? You're 30 years old. You do fuck with 24, 25, 26-year-old chicks, right? That part. That mean I'm old enough to be your daddy, nigga. You come through with my daughter, you couldn't because she's already situated. But I'm just saying, let's say my daughter was single or whatever the case may be, and you pull up with her because y'all dating. What you gonna do? Yeah, you could be my big brother. No, the fuck I can't, nigga. Not if you with my. And that, do you get my point? Me and your parents probably close in age. How old is your mom and your daddy? 50? Because I got homeboys that's 50. I got homeboys older than that. But just get the point. 30 ain't young, so you not no kid. You shouldn't be struggling to grasp like this. Said his parents is in their mid-50s. Damn, your pops was getting ass a little late, huh? I'm sorry. Figured I said that. Hey, just figured I said that. I don't got nothing to do with that. I was getting ass young, you feel me? I already had a few kids when I was saying I'm just like I had my first at 20, 19 going on 20. Me and my daughter 20 years apart. She 24, I'm 44. When she 25, I'll be 45. Like that. A lot of people got me as having kid young, but I wasn't that young. And the same with my daughter. They got her as having a kid really young, but her and her son like me and her. You get it? She had him like 19, 20 or something. Like 18, like 19 going on 20 or some shit like that. I forget, but their age is like the same in that way. So you get my point? I guess it's because we look young. I don't know. But try and grasp. Your parents is in their mid-50s and you 30. So they had you like in their 20s. That's a pretty good age. But your pops probably just started having sex not too. You know? He wasn't getting no ass as a teenager because he would have had you like 20. I've been getting ass since 12, my boy. You feel me? I was moving a little product. I was selling dope at 8 years old. So by the time I was 12, I was a kingpin. And I was having sex with all of them. That's a whole different story. I'll tell you about that another day. I made all that. I made all that up. Don't worry about it. Meaning I really wasn't selling no dope at 8 years old. You got to be a fucking retard if you think that's real. And I damn sure wasn't no kingpin at 12. You know, I wouldn't be here. If you think other kingpins is respecting 12-year-olds, you're fucking stupid. And so you get my point. I was just being funny. See, that's my daughter right now. She's telling me she on her way home. Because I still rule over. See, right? The grown lady with her own family, but you feel me? You better call me when you get in the house, you hear? Make me have to pull up over there and beat your ass. 30 years old, you feel me? That's how you gotta be with your kids, you feel me? At 45 years old. Make sure you call me when you get home. You don't even live with me, but you feel me? You got to have that. Y'all don't know nothing. I'm talking to y'all. Where was that? I think I'll be lying. I'm dead ass. That's what she just texted me. I'm on my way home, but I had told her earlier to hit me up when she take it in. She doing a Mother's Day thing. And so hopefully you grasp. The best way I could tell you, champ, is the Jesus character is like a metaphor for your own self. Like I said, the Jesus character is that substance being personified. The personification of the substance is actually you. Meaning, y'all are the Holy Ghost that manifests as flesh. All of us. We all started out as that substance that comes from the Father. our own. And you get my point? That substance manifests in the flesh. And it's telling you to believe that. Meaning it's telling you to believe yourself. You see how y'all believe in God and this and that and that, and if I tell you that you believe in yourself, y'all all insecure when it come to the self. All dumb when it come to the self, but you arguing Jesus. But the nigga probably was just chumping your ass last week. You ain't had that energy for your own self. You ain't had that energy for your own loved ones that you know are real. But when it come to this make-believe God that you got, y'all arguing and fighting and blowing y'all fucking self up because of the belief of that. Belief supposed to be for the self. Y'all have none of that. You believe in whoever you put over you. Y'all got the pastor at the church over y'all. Y'all got Jesus, this fake God, over y'all. Y'all got mad intermediaries between y'all and God. And so the book is telling you to believe in yourself or the spirit. You get it? Believe in the source of what you are. Believe in whatever your will is. That way, whatever you will can come to pass. It's explaining deep things that's beyond y'all because y'all can't grasp. I guess that's the whole point of Christianity. It's just to make y'all lessons. In that, the wisdom have to do with you. And the glory concerning self, and y'all have that glory outside of self as some beat up dude on the cross that y'all worship. The beat up dude on the cross is basically a personification of y'all soul after y'all let the world overcome y'all. Meaning after you be a follower and a slave and all that shit in this life because you desperate to be down with society, that beat up God on the cross is your soul. Hung out to dry after that. That part. Your church is just the world. And you get my point? It's exploiting y'all, sacrificing y'all to things y'all don't want nothing to do with. But I suppose everybody learn when they do. Now, if any of you want to give back, click the description link. If any of the questions asked now. It was something I was going to say, but I can't remember. Heaven is within y'all. That's the best thing I could tell you. And you got to find that place. If you lost and you say, I don't understand when you say that, like, heaven is within me and I have to find that place. You go unconscious and you find all these places that you call dream. You probably don't word it in that way where you say, I found dream. And you know, the soul is many places. And heaven being one of the places amongst the many, you could say. Or you could say the soul itself is heaven and the body has many places with it. This is what y'all call dream. Remember, when y'all go unconscious, you still in yourself. And somehow you awaken in these places in yourself. And so I'll reiterate, heaven is within y'all. You have to find it. The same way you found all that other shit that you call dreams. You had a whole bunch of dreams throughout your life. Like that. There's a bunch of places within you. Heaven is there, hell is there, and a whole bunch of intermediary places. Find heaven. If you say, how do I find heaven? When you evolve beyond your emotions. Heaven is logic, the mind. When your mind is pure and the emotional state is cleansed, There is no place for you to go but to heaven. So think like when you go into sleep and you go into a dream. It's no different than you going into death and going into afterlife. You go into whatever dream or afterlife you go into because of the emotional state, because of the mind, meaning the emotional state in the mind is not clean. Y'all got inner turmoil emotionally, y'all got negative thoughts in the mind, and so you get my point? The soul is wherever it is already, meaning it's in one of those dirty emotional states or one of those dirty places in mind, and y'all find those places. Or y'all come into those places which have to do with self and the vibration of self. When you cleanse the emotional state out to where you don't have no inner turmoil, you see how I curse y'all out? And it appears like, man, he angry, he mean, but then I just snap out of it so fast and I'm explaining whatever I'm explaining. Like that. Y'all have baggage of it. You can use your emotions. Meaning you could get mad, it wouldn't matter. Unless you're going to hold on to it. You get my point? You could get happy, you could get mad, you could get angry, you could get everything. This is your emotions. You have to, you get my point? Control them. Control don't mean pretend you don't have them. Control mean use them. Don't let them use you. When I'm using anger and mad, it's just to make y'all wake up. Maybe I use it to piss you off because you acting stupid trying to piss me off. But it's not fixed or stuck where I actually have a problem with you. I don't know who you are. I wouldn't hold on to nothing like that. You get my point? Problems is to be solved immediately. Problems is like dirt on the floor. Why you didn't clean it up as soon as it fell? And so it's all perspective. You have to start looking at things in that regard. When you have a problem with somebody, it should be cleaned up the moment you have the problem. Otherwise, you're just leaving shit on the floor that you could have been picked up. From there, it's just going to track more dirt. Ain't this how y'all problems be when y'all have problems with people and y'all don't communicate the problem out? Then it become more problem. And more problem. Next thing you know, you can't fix it because you done let it linger so long playing dumb games. And so you get my point? I'm telling you it's okay to get angry and use your emotions, but pay attention to if you stuck in the state. Let's say it not you. I already know you not holding on to it because you still talking. You get it? And then after I curse you out, you still asking questions, so I already know it didn't bother you. And that's good. Even if it did bother you, it didn't bother you to where you hold on to it day after day. And so I mean like that. When the emotional state is cleansed, you don't have nothing bottled up. You don't have negative thoughts bottled up in your mind about this person or that person. In that, do you get my point? When the emotional state in the mind is clean, there's only one place for you to go. To the good place. If the emotional state in the mind is in shambles, which 99% of y'all is, do you get my point? It makes for the confusion you see in life, and it makes for the confusion in death. This is when you're going to be a lost soul, like trying to find your way. Now I'm about to depart. 2-hour mark has passed. Oh, it's getting close. I'm a little tired. And so, hopefully you grasp. I mean, and it ain't that deep. And maybe it ain't a one video, one lesson thing. You get my point? And you have to ask the proper questions that y'all confused on. I don't know the extent of y'all dumb, so to say. If you feel like I ain't dumb, you got way too much ego to learn. You should be coming to wisdom dumb. Otherwise, what are you coming for if you already know shit? And that the mind have to be right. Meaning most people got too much ego to get wisdom. They trying to dictate how the wisdom is given to them, what they get to hear, how the person act. Next thing you know, they become the dictator in their own learning. You can't learn like that. You have to be humbled out and take the jewels how it's given to you. No perspective on the matter. You get my point? And so that's why I said the beginnings of wisdom starts with balance and honor. You got to understand that first. From there, you should be able to humble yourself. When I say balance and honor, we speak in fear on the mental plane, emotional plane, and physical plane. I have a post that I put up yesterday in the community, and it explains that. You could use that post to grasp what I'm saying when I say you have to have balance mentally, emotionally, and physically. And once you get that down packed and you get my point, you'll be able to be humble, have an ego, in the same way you see me just using the emotions however I choose to use them. I'm humble in any moment. I could have a big ego in any moment. I could curse you out in any moment like I'm angry. Then I could go regular. You get my point? You gotta have control. It's all simple. When I say control, can you snap out of it at any random moment? Meaning if me and you have an argument and I be like, okay, all that's cute and blah, blah, blah. Now let's stop playing dumb and arguing and get to whatever we're talking about. That. And you probably can't snap out of it. Your feelings all hurt, you still trying to go. Like that. You gotta test yourself in that way. Can you just let things go and move forward in the present? Most people don't know how to do that, but they haven't practiced. Like, they don't have no understanding of like the emotions, the negative and the positive, and you know how they work on itself. And so y'all can always get one-on-ones. Visit the website upscaleknowledge.org to make sure I ain't forget nothing before I depart. Like I said, if you have any questions, ask before I slide. Peace and wisdom, Kerry Skeptic. I like when y'all ask questions, man. Don't get discouraged. You was taking hella long to grasp, like you slow, but questions is good. I like them. Everett Frazier said, do you believe in sins? Sin is death. You're basically asking me, do I believe in death? If you lost, you say sins ain't death. The wages of sin is death. Wages mean earnings. You follow? The wages of sin is death. It's letting you know death is sin. So when you ate that food, there was a life that was killed for you to eat it. You're eating is sin because death is attached. Anything you do where death is attached, so lies the sin, because sin is death. That's what the text meant. And that when you say, do I believe in sin? Yeah, death is all around y'all. Some people serve that, some people serve the life. But you get my point? If you serving the death, you a sinner. And everybody partake in their parts of death because we all eat. But you get my point? It can go beyond that. Peace and wisdom, Griffmatic. You said you've been diagnosed as a schizoaffective professionally. Here's my question. Am I doomed because my mind is scrambled? No, you should have said that first. I wouldn't have been so hard on you. I thought you was normal. I gotta start keeping that in mind. Y'all, all of y'all are not right, you know? And that, me coming down on somebody like you. cause you to spiral out into a whole thing, which probably happened to a few of y'all. This is why honesty is important. Learning and getting wisdom is personal. And that, you get my point? I have some of y'all is trolling and you just a little slow. And it ain't nothing wrong with that. That's life. What can you do? But try to get better. And so I applaud you. You're schizophrenic or whatever the case may be, but you still trying to grasp. I didn't notice you was schizophrenic, so maybe it ain't that bad. You said you take pills. A lot of times the pills keep the vibration. You gotta remember with Babylon, they tell y'all have all kind of problems because they want to give y'all medicine. Because that's the drugs. Meaning the government sell drugs. Same way the nigga in the street sell drugs. And if you ask the nigga in the street, man, I'm sick, what can you give me? That nigga gonna give you whatever he's selling. I need some crack, some coke, weed. That's how it is when you go to the doctor. They gonna always tell you something wrong with you. Because that's how they make their money. Off the drugs that they repeatedly sell y'all. And that, you get my point? Even if you go to the doctor and they be like, you fine. They'll still try to prescribe you something. They'll try to find something minor. Like, oh, it ain't no big deal, but just here. And that, a lot of people are being prescribed things that they ain't supposed to be getting prescribed. But the hospital got to make their money, so you get my point? They gonna sell y'all whatever they choose to. And that, look at it like this. Before there was the pharmaceutical companies, then what would they have done for you before? They couldn't have gave you Seroquel and Risperidone and all of that. So what would they would have gave you to heal you in the past? And that's the point I want you to see. In the past, nothing would have been wrong with your ass. You just your own fucking person. Everybody's brain ain't got to work the same. You get my point? But when you come into society and we all go to school and we sit down like puppets and pets, then they try to make us all be the same. And as we get older and older and you see the society we in and you online, it's trying to make us all the same. And if your ass ain't exactly like everybody else, then they trying to tell you throwed off in some kind of way. Then they giving you medicine. Next thing you know, you are throwed off. You get it? Meaning if you don't have whatever they're prescribing you, you will after you take it. If you don't have asthma, but I say, man, you got asthma, take this asthma pump medicine. That shit gonna fuck up your chest. You gonna really have asthma. Again, if you don't have no asthma right now and I give you the pump and I be like, here, just squirt that like 3 times a day because you got asthma. That shit gonna fuck up a regular person's chest and make them really have asthma. Or something worse. You take AIDS medicine and you ain't got AIDS, your ass gonna fuck around and catch AIDS. You take medicine for a headache, but you don't have no headache, you gonna have one. You get it? You say, I ain't got no headache, but I'm about to pop 3, 4 Advils. Your ass gonna have a fucking headache the next day. That's how medicine works. It give you whatever the thing is. It's a deep thing. You get my point? And that, I don't know. The first thing I could say is y'all have to get taken out of Babylon. You're gonna be crazy in Babylon. Everybody's crazy in Babylon. How can you live in Babylon and not get a little overwhelmed and crazy ever so often? How's that not possible? Again, I'll say it again. Y'all live in the cities, Babylon. Y'all live in whatever cities y'all do. How can you not get overwhelmed ever so often living in this place? How can not everybody be crazy? It's fucking Babylon. Of course y'all crazy. In whatever way y'all are. And so you get my point? Y'all have to become aware of these things and work it out. Said you hear voices that ain't normal. This is what I'm trying to get you to grasp. Says who, like? Hearing voices ain't normal for me, but you ain't fucking me, so how can you get my point? What if your hearing voices is a divine thing that you just haven't been taught how to control it. Your hearing voices is a great talent that you have. Do you get it? In Babylon, that's not a talent, nigga. You just crazy. But in real life, people do live and die. And maybe some of y'all keep the connection. Like, say, I don't know why I'll be hearing shit that ain't current. Ain't nothing leaving this world. You get the living and the dead still in the life. It's just like the cells in your body. You have millions and billions of cells in your body, and some of them die every day. But they don't leave your body, the dead ones. They get brought to the place in the body where the dead cells go. This is down, below. But do you get my point? Who am I to tell another cell in the body, hey, you can't hear that? How the fuck can I tell you that? Maybe you got talent I don't have. And this is how Babylon is. When you have talents that other people don't have, and they try to tell you your ass ain't got no talent and you throwed off. Just look at it like this. You have people that tell me I'm throwed off. Because I understand scholarship beyond what they do. And that, you get my point? I can't tell you, like, because you hear voices you throwed off. You seem normal to me right now. And that, if your hearing voices is what's make you throwed off, then I don't know what we talking about. You throwed off when you throwed off. Because you hear voices or some other thing, instead of giving you medicine, they should have dived into that. So like, ask you, what are you hearing? And you get it? Try to get you to embrace it more and, control it. Because the voices probably control you, but that don't mean you can't control them. You just running from this shit, so of course it's going to control you. And so, I don't know. Peace and wisdom. Yeah, I heard that so many times. Rachel Rondo, I don't even know who that is, though. I know you're a basketball player of some sort. But I look like everybody, so. I done heard I look like Prodigy. Fucking Mr. Commodore. The funny guy on YouTube. I look like everybody, nigga. So we could just. We try to tell y'all I'm divine. All y'all faces is in my face, cause you get it, I'm the great one. And y'all don't grasp things. Said Jesus died so you can live. I know what you're talking about, champ. But salam. Now, hopefully that helps some of y'all. Gotta take your time with yourself. Y'all put yourselves out into the world too much. And don't put no time aside for the self, so you can kind of like analyze yourself, reflect on yourself, and you get it? Test out whatever errors they say you have to see what it truly is. And had a lot of people with special powers in the past, but in today times, if you niggas say you got any who got special powers in today? That part, no fucking body, because they got your ass on medicine. If you get my point. In the past, it was normal for people to be able to talk to the dead. They was called a shaman. That mean if you was living 300 years ago, your ass would have been a shaman, nigga. A shaman is like a high priest in nature. An intermediary for men and shit like that. And they didn't view that as fake. They viewed that as real. Motherfucker could really hear people, man. And they be right what they hear, so. But in modern day time, do you get my point? If your ass say you was psychic or you hear voices of this thing or that thing, they gonna say you crazy, take this medicine. It's all about suppressing y'all to make y'all all the same. Y'all errors is y'all glory. You get my point? Y'all trying to fix up y'all little errors that don't fit in with society, but those ain't errors. Your errors is your morals. You lack morals, you lack good manners, you lie. shit like you hear things and all of that, that's not necessarily an error. Sound like a talent of some sort that you just don't know how to work. Like I said, in the past, you had people that knew how to speak to the dead, but who's the person that do that now in the daytime? Do you get my point? And so a lot of the things that, when it comes to like the mental things, like let's say you go to the doctor, you get diagnosed, and they say you got some sort of a mental issue, like schizophrenic or this or that. That's a talent of some sort that you don't know how to work it yet. And that, you get my point? It ain't good. It ain't good because you don't know how to do it. Think like if you knew how to fly, but you don't practice it or nothing like that. And that, you get it? Flying all into the wall and fucking up with it because you ain't controlled it yet. You gotta look at it like that. Or you can look at it how the Babylon wants you to look at it, where you need medicine and you throw it off. I'm not telling you not to take your medicine, but I'm just putting a thought in your mind. Now, if I was teaching you like on a day-to-day and able to monitor over you, then I would tell you like stop taking it, just so we could see like what you could do with it. What can you find out with it? Say you hear voices, ask them something. See what they know. You get my point? You probably don't play with it, you run from it. You get scared of it. And so, I don't know. Everybody got their talents. I got my talents. I can understand any goddamn. I can understand text that's supposed to be holy, above man's understanding. But you see, it's easy for me. I don't have no problem understanding shit. Y'all got whatever talents y'all got. Some of y'all hear voices. Different things, I don't know, but you get my point. You gotta believe in self, like I said, have self-love, and keep the self together, you know? You're gonna have error, you're gonna have glories with the self. You bring them all together, it's make for the whole splendor. Just like day and night, you bring them together, it makes for the whole time. Maybe people don't like night, and some people like day better, who knows, but you can't be biased. You have to make your two eyes one, or become whole. Now I'm departing. Salam.